we are going to say the norms and standards should be changed. But we don't say it should be changed only for this district. And any district in the country that is having similar challenges as ours. We are a nodal district. We are a challenged district. A person who has not experienced that, I wish that person should come and stay in that office for a week. Then that person must report back. I'm not referring to you, Mel Zonke, I'm not referring to you, Ntate, but there are people to whom the message is relevant, and we are doing likewise. Without much ado, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a motto that says, XHariep learners, not XHariep. We've got XHariep Dam, that you write with a G, it's XHariep Dam. Ours, it starts with an H, it's XHariep, XHariep. Perhaps we'll give a lecture of the language and the origin, of why called XHariep. Now, our motto is, XHariep learners deserve the best, act now. The teachers, the principals, the officials that you see here, they are driven and inspired by that motto to say, because we do not have factories, because we do not have mines, don't talk about the mine in Jagersfontein, don't talk about the mine of Koopfontein, because they don't benefit this district. Because we do not have, any person that we can look up to. We need to sustain ourselves with the little that we have. But something that we pride ourselves with is that we've got diamonds. Now, if you want to see those diamonds, you get into the classroom and look at those learners. It is the diamonds that we need to polish and they need to shine. Ladies and gentlemen, as a district, Ntate Dlamini, driven by that motto which says, XHariep learners deserve the best, we need to act now, we added, or we inserted eradicating underperformance in secondary schools. We are not mistaken by so doing. We know that all the focus is on secondary schools, but we are doing something on primary schools. Tatema Foyane, this is a well done for secondary schools. That's why every time you will see secondary schools, I'll invite you for primary school well done function. Then it will say eradicating underperformance in primary schools. That is where we are geared to. We are a district that is having 28 schools that are having grade 12. By so saying, it's combined schools and schools that are ranking from grade 8 to 12. All in all is 28. Any person, next slide, any person would say, no, if it's 28, and then you've got 1,354 grade 12, you can put them in one classroom and teach them. It's not easy. It's not like that. I want a person in this country that will take all those grade 12 Mekondla under the same roof and teach them, not under the conditions of XHariep district. They appear small, they appear you can teach them and get 100%, but the situation dictates otherwise. But only people that are into it, they know what is happening. The profiling of the district, previous slide, there's no hurry in South Africa. I'm going to talk to the district profile. I'm going to talk to the 2022 district overview performance. I'm going to talk to the 2023 focus strategies. Next slide. The reason why my presentation will be so short, colleagues, at times you don't have to have a long sermon to convert the sinners. Sorry, Bontate Muruti. But you don't have to have a long sermon to convert the sinners. Sometimes you convert a sinner by doing. Sometimes you convert the sinner the way you interact with that sinner. Yes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we were able to draw the enrollment of our learners from 2016 to 2022, which is last year. I'm not going to read line by line, but if you look at the number of learners that we had in 2016, 947, Look, there was a dive in 2017, 18, but look at 2022. It means if you look at 2020 up to 2022 and 2023, our grade 12 learners number is increasing now and then. That is where we are. It also gives you the performance that we are having from 2016 up to 2022. 2023 is coming. That is the performance of the district, which means that there's only 1 year where we were able to knock 90% and above. But the subsequent years, it was 80, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80 something, 80 plus, 80 plus. But I must tell you that we are working on that. Now, 2016 was our benchmark to indicate that the strength and potential that we are having is beyond 80, is beyond 90. We've got our own target to beat in Ntate Mafoyane, and that is what we are yearning for. Next slide. I must indicate that if you look at the performance from 2016, as a district, we need to acknowledge that we are challenged when it comes to learners that we present in the top 100, and we are challenged also when it comes to our bachelor pass rate, unlike last year. I'll talk to that. This is just a graph presentation of all those years that are mentioned. Next slide. We say the district registered an improvement of 3% in terms of overall pass and 8.6 in terms of bachelor rate. This means that last year there was an increase in terms of the enrollment of learners, in terms of performance, and also in terms of the bachelors. I must also indicate that in terms of presenting learners in the top 100, you will see it in the next slide. We say now the 88.5 overall pass and 44.3% of bachelors led the district to position 6 nationally and position 3 in the province. I'm just wondering if the corrections were done before the pronouncement of the results. What was the position of the district going to be? But I must hasten to say that what we envisaged as a district was to get 95% pass and 50% bachelors. I must indicate that. Now, all the circuits in the district performed above 80. We don't have a circuit that has performed below 80, but one circuit performed at 90, which is Mohokare. The circuit where we are under the stewardship of Ntate Tshilwane. We are having 40 schools out of 28 that performed at 90. Remember, I said our schools are 28. But schools, 14 schools, they performed above 90, meaning that it's 90 up to 100. Three schools performed at 100. I must hasten to disown these schools, in the sense that if you look at the performance of 2021 for 2022, we had 6 schools at 100%. 6 schools at 100. But last year, we have 3, which means we have dropped with 3 schools. A challenge that we are having as a district, it's a challenge that, when schools are performing, we believe and trust that these schools are performing, then they come as a hindsight. That is the challenge that we are having. 2 schools, Jacobsdal, Landboudal, and Hendrik Potgieter, under the stewardship of Ntate Swartz and Dr. Potgieter, those are the schools that are at 100%. Now, you must understand that in the district Mezonke, we don't have white schools and black schools, because you go to those schools, you'll find that it is learners from the township that are at those schools. That is why if Hendrik Potgieter or Landboudal got 100%, we just talk of a school. We don't say it's a Model C school. We don't have such schools with us. 2 schools, Jagersfontein combined and Buaramelo, That year were schools that improved by more than 20%. These schools, they improved by more than 20%. The percentages that you see there, 59, is the previous performance of 2021. But in 2022, you just imagine a school that moves from 59 to 89. You imagine a school that moved from 61 to 90. The school of 61 to 90 is one of the schools that we are having a challenge with their results, and they had to be corrected. It's very demoralizing, I must say. It's not good. Right. People should be working and they appear not to be working. You rebuke where somebody is doing wrong and give praise where it is due. The next slide. We've got 2 learners that presented the district in the provincial top 100, Free State. Those learners are as follows as you see them, and also the distinctions that we are having. We also have got a learner from Samuel Johnson by the name of Majeng Naledi with 7 distinctions. 7 distinctions. Mezonke, I was thrilled yesterday when I looked at the presents that your learners received. When I look at my learners, we don't have presents for them. But we thank the mayor, executive mayor. I know you'll be coming as you do. But what I've seen there, what the mines have sponsored you and other NGOs, I wish I could have those NGOs here in the district. But it's not about the NGOs, ladies and gentlemen. It's about the hard work that we are supposed to do. We are compelled to do it with or without incentives. Thank you very much for that. Now, here, colleagues, we just want to show the levels that the learner has attained. Right, just show the name as well. This is Naledi, ne? From Samuel Johnson. A round of applause. Right. This is our second learner from Springfontein, Vuso. Are the learners here? Let us request the learners to stand up if they are here. No, they should have been here. Then you are going to do a well done for them. Yes. Right, there is Vuso from Springfontein. Thank you, Springfontein Secondary. Then the third learner, there are 3. There are 2. All right, no, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank the leadership of the 2 schools. We want to thank the leadership of the 2 schools, colleagues. I know that you wanted to have more. You nurtured these learners, you groomed them, but you've got this that is coming out. And all other schools, I know, we had a strategy of grooming these learners, of nurturing these learners, that we are having 10 learners in top 100. But things did not go the way we envisaged. But we are coming, watch the space. We are coming, watch the space. This is a graph that represents what I've presented already, the performance of the circuit. If I can dwell on it, we are having Muhukare circuit, we are having Kopanong, we are having Litsimeng. If you look at Muhukare at 88.6, 90.8, moving from 88.6. Look at Kopanong. Kopanong was at 80.4 in 2021. Last year they are at 87.1. Litsimeng was at 86.1 in 2021. In 2022, 83.4, a slight decline at Litsimeng. If you look at the performance of the district in 2021 was at 85.5%. Now for 2022, we are at 87.5%. That is the performance and the percentages of increase, and those are the schools. If you look at Muhukare is leading, as we have said. All schools in the district performed at 90. Muhukare, second one, all schools are at 90, except one school, Wongaletu. You just imagine if all our schools in the district can perform at 90, what kind of a percentage are we going to get? But we are aware of the challenges that were envisaged at Wongaletu. We are correcting that. If you look at Kopanong, which is ranking number 2, there are 3 schools that performed at 90 and above, and only 4 schools performed below 85. Remember, we are saying all schools that are performing below 85 are underperforming. It means Kopanong for 2022 results in 2023 are having 4 schools that are underperforming. Now, if you look at Litsimeng, we know also the challenges that were there at Litsimeng. Litsimeng ranks position 3 with 83.4%. 2 schools performed at 90 and above, and 6 performed below 85. The circuit manager is on top of the situation. We are aware of what is happening. Now, what is interesting here, we can mention that in 2021, we had 11 underperforming schools as opposed. In 2022, I mean to say, we had 11 underperforming schools as opposed to 2022, where we are having 9 underperforming schools. That is the situation with us. But remember, we are saying we want to eradicate underperformance in secondary schools. That is the graph that depicts exactly what I've presented. We can move to the next slide. I must indicate, Executive Mayor and the Mayor, we are not going to rest. We are not going to be happy as a district till we knock 90 and above as a district. We are destined to be number 1 in the country and number 1 in the province. Right, that is the graph. When it comes to languages, that is the graphic representation. I would request that we skip. I'm not good in interpreting the graphs. It's Ndate Dlamini who is good at that. Ne? These are the graphs. We can go. Yeah. Now, one thing that I can mention, I'm happy that you are coming up with this. 2 home languages, Setswana and isiXhosa, they performed at 100. One thing that you must understand about this district of ours, the district is diverse. You find Magwa Velapi is doing Afrikaans home language. Magwa Velapi is unable at home, is speaking isiXhosa, but he is at an Afrikaans school and is doing Afrikaans home language. Those are the challenges that we are having. You'll find a child in Litsimeng is doing Afrikaans home language, but is speaking Setswana. But you find a child whose home language is Setswana at a school is talking Afrikaans, even to the teacher who is teaching in Setswana. So those are the challenges that we are having in the district, and we are here to correct those challenges. We are here to deal with those challenges and nobody else. It's a question that says, why do we have Pep Store? Why do we have Markhams and Foschini, but people still choose to go and buy at Pep Store? It's something that you'll answer one day. Now we are saying all content subject registered an improvement and 7 subjects performed at 100%. Thank you, subject advisors. Thank you for the hard work. To have a content subject pitched at 100%, because usually we are saying our strikers is languages. We want all our learners, when it comes to languages, that they must be at 100%. And you mustn't forget that we are also having this challenge of Afrikaans home language. If our schools and the adjustment could have been effected in Afrikaans home language, we would be talking a different language with the pass percentage of the district. Accounting, economics, maths, lit, and history registered more than 10% improvement. Accounting is ranking position 1 in the country. No, you are jealous, colleagues. Clap hands. In the country. Now, I think you agree with me when I say we are destined to be position 1 in the country. You can't be having 7 content subjects at 100% and have the very same accounting, not only 100%, but position 1 in the country. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we thought it wise as a DMT, subject advisors, broad management, that we also give you a glimpse of the performance of the lower grades. Always we want to talk about grade 12s as if schooling starts in grade 12. We must also talk to the lower grades and say, what is it that is happening in the lower grades? That is the picture as you see it. Now, in our planning, we say we want to plan for the lower grades. We say in grade 8, 75% with an average of 40, grade 9, 75 average of 40, grade 10, grade 11, grade 12. That is what we envisage this year, and we say it's doable. Fortunately, we are from the meeting with principals, schools were discussed there. Performance of subjects from grade 1 up to 12 were discussed. And then that is why we came up with this target to say, come 2023, this is what we want to see, because every single child in this district matters, and all those children must pass. Even our ECD learners must pass. Our grade R learners must pass. It's not a matter of push the full forward. They must pass. They must be competent. Next slide. The targets that we are having in grade 12, now I'm specific with grade 12, we say 100% CHA. If you look at the content subject, 100% CHA. Practical, 100% CHA. Why are we saying this? If you look at the languages, as much as we are having difficulty, we say those learners are going to pass by force. Velapi will speak Saver Afrikaans. Wat soek jy in 'n Afrikaans skool? Hy moet die taal praat. That is what we are doing now, Ntate Mafoyane. And we are not going to compromise. We want that 100%. But look at the averages. Our averages are not the same. Our averages are not aligned with those of the province. We crafted our own averages according to our own situation, because we understand our schools. That's why we put those averages. And I can tell you, if you go to the analysis of the results, most of our schools have beaten those averages. Even schools that have got 85% in Ntate Mafoyane, you go to the performance of the subjects, they've got good averages. I'm sorry that I'll be mentioning you. You are my competitors. Ne? Yeah. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, in closing, next slide. Those are the averages that we are not going to compromise. If you look at the practical, we move from a simple logic that says, because there is a pet, when it comes to practicals, I'm talking here consumers, Ntate Mafoyane, if you don't know. I'm talking about tourism. I'm talking about civil engineering. Hey, I'm talking about, all these subjects that are having practicals. Now, our assumption is that a child cannot fail a subject that is having a practical. You understand? Because it's an assessment, a theory there, then it is a practical. You combine the two, the child must pass. But in our strategies, we need to give special attention to learning losses from lower grades. Quarterly, we start the startup workshops. The effects of COVID, they are going to remain with us for quite a long time. Then the question is, what are we doing? You will find us out that we are producing the grade 12s that are half-cooked. I must put it that way. Because if you look at the ATPs, the streamed curriculum, it means there are topics that were not covered by these learners. But as a district, we say that it's a must that we cover those topics. That's why we talk to the learning losses. We must cover those topics. Otherwise, we are going to produce learners in grade 12s that are not knowledgeable. We were not here. One shaya. Go to the previous slide. Go to the previous slide. Right. The use of ICT to expand access to quality program, the online teaching and ICT integration. I must indicate this. Point number 2 is a challenge in XHariep. Point number 2 is a challenge in XHariep, unlike in Bloemfontein. You can have those gadgets, but if you don't have electricity, you stay 2 days at a school in Tatema Foyan, if you don't know, in this district, 2 days, 3 days, you don't have electricity, you don't have water. You don't have network. I'm just talking about the challenges that we are having. Then you need to pace yourself against a person in Bloemfontein. If we don't have electricity, it's 2 hours. We know after 2 hours we are having. You know, I was looking at the schedule of Philippolis. Have you seen that you are going to have load shedding 3 times in a day? I was here in Zastron. I think the load shedding for this morning only, it took more than 4 hours. But you find that we are a district that must compete, that must do the same things as districts, you know, that are financially viable, that are having resources. This is not referred to you, my colleagues. Ne? Yeah. I'm just saying that the impediments that we are having here, you know, on top of the impediments that we are having, there are other impediments that are coming. Comprehensive profiling of every grade with bias to grade 9, 11, and 12. In secondary schools, we said, let us come up with a strategy that we profile these learners from grade 8. Grade 9, why we are making an emphasis, remember these learners are to choose subjects when they get into grade 10. Although we say in grade 10, all of them must do all the subjects. You know, maths, all of them must do maths in grade 10. Then thereafter, it's now then that learners are going to choose. But we must also indicate that the capabilities of learners are not the same. Now, effective of learner support intervention, here I take my head off for my colleagues at the district and the teachers, what they are doing to these learners. Something that perhaps I must make mention of, which the mayors, they are aware of. We are fighting a losing battle as a school, because outside the school, there are other evil, I would call them evil activities that are happening. And those activities, they impede on the learning of a child. I can give you an indication where we are. This town is situated on a border. It's Eastern Cape, it's Lesotho. You must understand. The influx of people that are coming in, the drugs that are coming in, alcohol abuse, pregnancy, gangsterism, all those things, they are taking place. Then you just imagine a child who is seated in front of you, you are teaching this child, but it's part of gangsterism. Fortunately, we are in the town that is manifested by that gangsterism. Datepala knows it very well. Where is Datepala? Right. We don't say this is not happening in other towns, but it's a way of how do you manage it when it happens in your space. Strengthening the SBA moderation. These are things that we are doing. Date Mohajane, I know he's on top of the game when it comes with SBA moderation. I'm about to finish. Next slide. I must raise a concern with point 1. The more the department delays to issue out the vacancy list, it delays the effectiveness of the school. Where we are now, as all districts in the province, we swim in the same boat that we are anxiously awaiting the release of a bulletin so that we appoint SMTs. People that are acting do not go all out as people that are permanently appointed. It's human nature. It's like that. And you'll find also in these acting capacities, you need to rotate people because we want to capacitate everyone. So the sooner the challenge is resolved of the vacancy list, I think we would find stability at our schools as a province. I must also hasten, Mayor Zonke, I'm talking to you as a manager now. You know, the issue of our teachers coming, get a post in XHariep and leave, It's really disturbing our district. We don't have stability. We don't have stability, and it's happening. It's happening, it's happening. The setting of targets is what we are doing. I must also indicate that the issue of Afrikaans, if you go to our Afrikaans schools, they are not stable because the Afrikaans teachers that we are getting are not from the district. We get people as far as Western Cape. When the time comes that a person should leave, the person leaves and would not listen to you. That is the challenge that we are having. But I must indicate here, chairperson of the SGB and the chairperson of the Principal's Council, that we are preparing a tour to Kimberley, Solplaiki, that we go and recruit Afrikaans teachers. But the question is, after having recruited those teachers, are they going to stay? It's a question that we need to answer. Right, next slide. Yeah, right, our sponsors. I wish we can have more sponsors. To the mayor of Kopanong, mayor and executive mayor, I wish that the two mines, they can serve a purpose in this district. And I must indicate to you, personally, I have engaged with the two mines that they must come to the party, and then they are not forthcoming. I can give you an example. If you go to the mine in Jagersfontein, you will be told about the trust. Whatever you are requesting, you will be referred to a trust, but you don't get who is the person that is responsible for a trust. If you go to Petra Diamond, I think I've presented more than 3 times presentations there, requesting assistance. And the MEC also assisted, came in, but there is nothing forthcoming. Now, to all people that have assisted us, Gen Trading, we can't leave you behind with what you are doing to us. We applaud, but my request was that let us look at the budget, Mekonda again, that is, I mean, Gen should not fund us the same way as they fund Moteo, not the same way as they fund Mezonke, not the same way as they fund Memabas. We applaud the assistance, but I don't think, you know, the sharing of monies by GEMS is the same as the department. The lament that we are having for the department is the same to Gen. Colleagues, we are pleading. We are pleading. Old Mutual, I'm happy that I met Dr. Aubrey. Then we're able to list all our needs for this year and beyond. Thank you very much for that. Colleagues, we want also to applaud. Except this, we've got other people that are donating to our schools as individual. Principals will be reporting to say, I got so much from a farmer, I got this and this from that. Thank you for that. And also to hear that from the municipality, a particular school got so much money. Thank you for that. The contractors that we are having around here, Tate Tsele and Mehlomakulu, I wish they can do something to our schools. I applaud the contractor that was at Butleba Tuto. If you can go and look what has happened at Butleba Tuto, the contractor, after having done everything, they gave incentives to the school. I hope all of them, they can do that. Right, Ntate Mokgobo, thank you for your support, your unwavering support at all times. Parents, thank you very much for your support. Ministers Fraternal, SGBs, QLTC, thank you. You are our sponsors. You know, at times it's not money that you are expecting, but your physical being with us at all time is highly appreciated. The unions, although we are fighting, and we are going to fight, I'm waging a war against unions this year. Where is that? All of you. And the war that I'm waging against you is to have this district being position 1 and nothing else. Right. That was quick. That was quick. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I want to thank every single person who is present here. To work in XHariep is not a walk in the path. I must indicate that. Thank you very much. Thank you, Program Director.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't hear a round of applause for the director. I wish we can do it like we mean it. That's much better. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, for us to succeed and for our learners to succeed, and for us to celebrate these kinds of results, we rely and count on our foot soldiers, our teachers. Because good teachers know how to bring the best in their learners. And what all good teachers have in common is that they set high standards for their children, for their learners, and they do not settle for less. It is for that reason that the Department of Education saw it befitting that we must sometimes just pause and thank our teachers. That is why we have the National Teaching Award. So we are going to call to the stage Ntate Julius, who participated in the NTA, to come and address us on the benefits or the feeling of being nominated and participating in the National Teaching Award, and by so doing, challenging all our hard-working teachers to take an opportunity that is prevailed to them by the department to celebrate your success. I'm sure he's actually waiting for a warm round of applause to come and address us.
Thank you very much, Program Director. Yes, today I would like to greet in absentia Her Excellency Mrs. Angelina Motsecha, and also in absentia Honorable Dr. Tate Mahwe. And then I would like to also greet our Chief Director, Mr. Mukhobo, and greet our District Director, Mr. Magwa. All the different councillors that are here, executive mayors, executive councils, and then, because there are so many people today, I would like to just make a general greeting to everybody because I don't want to miss anyone today. I greet you all the distinguished guests that are here. A very good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, teaching is indeed the noblest profession of them all, because we do not only cater for the tasks of the Department of Education, but we also perform the ones from the other departments. And had it not been because of the dedication and excellence in our jobs, a lot of us would have left the Department of Education already. But we stayed and remained dedicated and excellent. We stayed in XHariep because XHariep learners deserve the best. Act now. So I want to reassure our district director, many of us, we are staying here in XHariep because XHariep learners deserve the best. Act now. I mention the best and excellence because that is what it takes to impact the lives of XHariep teachers, parents, learners, the community, district, province, and ultimately the country. Especially excellence in teaching mathematics in the FET band. This is the category that I entered for in the National Teachers Awards. Little did I know that I would be the district overall winner and represent the district at the provincial competition. Well, I would not be here if it was not for the support of my principal at Lukov Combined School, Mr. Holzhausen, who is here with us today, the XHariep District-based NTA team under the leadership of my circuit manager, Memukhatla, and the district as a whole. And not to forget the late Mr. John McBride, who is the producer of the Mindset channel on DSTV. I will forever be grateful for this. Now, teaching mathematics, and I've seen in XHariep, especially in XHariep, with the challenges that we are facing, it has always been my dream and passion. Seeing a learner growing mathematically day by day from failing dismally and ultimately getting distinctions inspired me to be excellent. To mention a few, I did more of the following when I arrived in XHariep. I developed an app that learners use to intervene directly in the content areas they have challenges with, called the Maths Hub app. I created my own website where learners access subject notes, past papers, live virtual and on-demand video lessons, and messages of interaction. I currently have over 300,000 users nationally and internationally. Developed video lessons and subject content for Munyetla and the Munyetla app, Matric Live app, to enable MTN Online, Waza Matrix, DBE channel 122, and the DSTV channel 319. I also partnered with Wits University to produce high-quality CAPS-aligned digital content for DBE. I think we did that a year back where the SABC arrived at Lukov Combined School, and it was there when we created the high-quality CAPS-aligned content, and it was approved by DBE as one of the best. To my fellow teachers, to my fellow colleagues and principals, you will never know how excellent you are until you enter the National Teachers Awards. We will never know the diamonds that we are in XHariep until we enter the NTA. To be honest, I was very skeptical and hesitant to enter, only to find out that I am an excellent teacher in XHariep, and thus became the district overall winner. Today, I challenge you to enter the NTA because you might never know. You might never know. I challenge you how excellent you are. To the district, you are doing a wonderful job by creating the platform for educators in XHariep to flourish in excellence, by how you assist and support them on the NTA journey. And the prizes that we got there at the function that was held at Bon Hotel were even better than the prizes at Province. In the words of the great Nelson Mandela, I quote, "A winner is a dreamer who never gives up," unquote. So let's go win. I thank you.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for that spontaneous round of applause. I believe you heard how many programs did Ntate Julius develop, ne? Did you give him a round of applause for developing those programs? Now, by virtue of me being the program director, can you give a round of applause to the person who developed him before he developed those programs. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to another phase of the program. And after that phase of the program, we are going to call on Dr. Pepenene to take over the rest of the program. I want to say, because I'll be stepping off, this actually I had prepared for when we start. I thought all the invitees would be here. But I want to make two comments on our Honorable Executive Mayor, who always supports us all these years, and to our Executive here, Ntate Mkhobo, our Chief Director, before we come to this, as I will be stepping off. Mayor Mahlomakulu, our Honorable Executive Mayor, something tells me that you are not only Irene, you might be Nokufa as well. And I think I'm correct from your smile. Mayor Irene Nokufa Mahlomakulu. I want to say I like your quotation that was once made by Maya Angelou. And I want to dedicate it to you. She says, I've learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. So we don't know how much we feel that you are here with us. Ntate Mkhobo, on leadership, our leader, they say it is better to lead from behind and put others in front, especially when you celebrate victory, especially when nice things occur. But you take the front line when there is danger, then people will appreciate your leadership. That it will always come in, even when imminent danger, when we are in an area of need, you come along and you rescue us, like our director have said. Coming back to the program, we are going to have messages of support from our stakeholders, from our partners, from our sponsors, from our teacher formations. The DJ is well prepared for this item. We are going to do it in style this time around. The first to come and present a message of support is from the South African Teachers, Democratic Teachers Union. Ntate Murotlo, I don't see him, he was seated there. Is Ntate in? Okay, we'll go to the next one from the South African Onderwys Unie. Mr. L. Stradom, Ntate Dlamini, you can do that. What you are best at.
Good morning to the class of 2022 and congratulations. From the SAOU, we are so proud to have been part of your journey over the last 12 years to, in the end, reach your grade 12 results. Obviously, it takes a lot of work from many people, and we would like to congratulate all the teachers in the first place, the teachers from grade R to grade 12, and also all the grade 12 learners themselves, because as teachers, we can do whatever we want to, but without your inputs, it will never be positive. So SAU would like to congratulate you and wish you well for the road ahead. This is the first hurdle that you have passed. Now the rest of your life lies ahead of you. May it be a good journey. May you reach your dreams. And we at the Dream Center send you on your way with all the best wishes we can. SAOU salutes you. Thank you.
For the record, Ntate Stradom, you can just rise and sit. Thank you very much. From the National Professional Teachers Organization of South Africa, we have Ntate Dikotsi.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dr. Charles, steward for the National Teachers Union in the XHariep District from the Primary School. Thank you, Program Director, for giving me the opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to start by greeting the MC of Education, Dr. Tate Mahwe, our Director, District Director, Tate Mahwa, our Second Manager, Mary Otto, our TMTs, as well as the CES. Let me not forget to greet the Mayor, Madam Mauli. Now, on behalf of NATU in the XHariep District, we would really like to congratulate you on the sterling work and sterling performance that you have done for the 2022 national results. As we celebrate today, we are not only celebrating the results, but we are also celebrating the hard work, the dedication, and excellence. Now, through your leadership at province level, Dr. Mahwe, at district level, Tate Mahwa, as well as leaders at school level, those that are actually doing the ground work, we were able as a district to obtain 87.5%, and we also managed to get position 6 at national level. Now, these are the results that are worth celebrating, and we should all be proud of all the efforts that we put in to ensure that the district performs the way it has. Now, as NATU, we are really proud of you as the district, as through your hard work and dedication, many dreams were unlocked. And to our teachers, colleagues, well done. You have made this day possible, because from the get-go you were able to understand the motto of the district, that the XHariep learners deserve only the best. So when you feel discouraged and exhausted, remember what we have achieved. Lean on that for support and keep on going. Now, our message to the district as NATU: continue providing leadership and guidance to all our schools, not only focusing on underperforming schools as well as subjects. Continue doing good the way that we have been doing, and leave no child behind. I thank you.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That was NATU representative, not Neptosa. But at this juncture, I'm going to call Ntate Dikotsi to come and make a presentation from Neptosa. Ntate Dikotsi, a round of applause.
Good day to everyone, and I will try to save your time. Program Director, I somehow did not know about the technology that was to be used. I am XHariep. I am the CEO for Naptosa Free State and Northern Cape, and I must recognize other figures like Tate Mokgobo, I see, and I've seen Mezonke, Lawrence Stradom, who spoke for SAOU, my former CEO, I've seen you. Let me also just apologize. My dress code might not be appropriate because of certain reasons which I will reveal to the organizers, but I hope I don't look bad. I did receive the information how we should dress, a little touch of red and all that. But I value the event, and that is why I am here. Mezonke, I was also not able to attend the same function from you because only 2 days ago, my daughter was diagnosed and admitted at the hospital with viral meningitis. And that is the reason I was not able to go to your function. And I will be rushing to her. Nothing serious, nothing urgent, but I think she might need me. I got very worried when she asked me my name this morning, and I thought something is going on in her head, so I'll be heading back to her. But our message, District Director, is that we first want to congratulate you for the grade 12 results, and we also want to congratulate you for the setup of today's function. It really looks good. It looks decent, befitting the function. We also want to congratulate and recognize the hustle and the bustle of all schools for last year's results. Surely the photos, the video clips, the awards, and the speeches that we are rendering today will be an ongoing reminder of your achievement as a district. I don't know, but teachers of English and English teachers will assist us. What underperformance is. I'm still shocked that in this province, 88% is underperformance. I know if any person has got less money than myself, that person is not poor. But I understand when someone says I'm poor, because we will know what poor means. Underperformance to me is very different from your achievement of last year. Perhaps we'll find an appropriate platform to discuss that. As I conclude, and I don't have a problem as the leader of my union, but if teachers will continue to also have camps, and as they turn classes into guest houses to make sure that learners pass, we are requesting only one thing. As you do all those efforts, please do not forget to teach. We want you to teach our kids. We don't want you to teach our kids to pass exam. And I hope that message is clear. And once more, congratulations. NAPTOSA commits itself to making sure that we participate in all programs and activities that will make you achieve your aims and objectives for this year, Director. Thanks so much for allowing us to make a message. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Ntate Dikotsi, with the message from NAPTOSA. In the interest of time, our next message of support from the parent community, the backbone of the schools to ensure functionality, the backbone of schools to ensure discipline of our learners. We will hear a message of support from the chairperson of the SGB Council of XHariep District, Ntate Makandela. That is not Ntate Makandela.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
The District Director, Mr. Magwa, District Principal Council Chair, Memukeki, District Officials, Union Representatives, allow me to say all protocol observed. We are gathered here today celebrating the XHariep District results of 2022. We are also celebrating two learners from our district who have put us on the map. That is Yoliswa Vuso from Springfontein Secondary and Nalidi Majenge from Samuel Johnson, the best performed learners in the Free State Top 100. Let me also congratulate all schools that did well in 2022. Our teachers worked very hard. They went extra miles in making sure an African child sees the light after matric. To our teachers, your work and efforts cannot remain unseen, as your results says it all. I wish all children who have passed to continue being focused out there. The journey still continues at tertiary level. They should be more vigilant in their studies and become victorious in life. To those who do not make it, it is not the end of the world. Rise again and move on. SGBs in various schools have shown support and motivated our learners during their trying times of exams. In all our sub-regions, in every school, our SGBs must support principals, teachers, and our beloved children wholeheartedly and the curriculum. We did it last year, let us do it again this year. Against all odds, we can do it. Let us personalize extra classes, Saturday and holiday classes in all our schools, from primary level to secondary. We should not focus only on grade 12s. Let us have programs that are influenced by our district quotas held in 2022. Let us reinforce our campaigns of anti-bullying, racism, and sexism in our schools. This is to teach our children to acknowledge one another, that is called Ubuntu. Safety of our children at schools is one of the key priorities for smooth running of the curriculum, which need all of us in order to achieve the goals we want. I therefore request Department Director Mr. Magwa to assist schools in filling vacancies of teachers, DHs, and principals to all schools with vacancies for smooth running at our schools, and to release the workload on some teachers. In education, we always say we are a triangle, so all gaps must be closed. The procurement of books and late delivery of books in our schools is also having a huge impact in the learning and teaching in our different schools of XHariep. Let this matter be corrected. The District Council of SGBs would like to commit itself this year in supporting all schools from primary schools to secondary with different programs. To the District Director, as parents would like to thank you on all your dedications and efforts you have made through tough times with your officials. It was not easy, but we have made it. Therefore, let us push harder than before. Let us continue working together collectively in changing an African child's life. Once more, congratulations to the Free State under stewardship of MEC, Dr. Tate Mahwe, and to our District Director, Mr. VSP Magwa, and everybody else who contributed in making sure that we become victorious in 2022. In 2023, let this be our year of excellence. We must rise and shine because we deserve the best. Together we can do more. I thank you. Good morning.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Tate Magandela, for the record, can you just stand up so that colleagues can see you? Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, for our learners to learn productively, for our schools to run effectively, efficiently, we need decisive, consistent, goal-directed, visionary leadership. It is for that reason that at this moment, we'll request a message of support from the chairperson of XHariep Principals Council, Memukeki.
Name of my Lord Jesus Christ and the Savior of my life. I thank Him for giving me this opportunity today to give this message of support. I am Memukeki, the chairperson of District Principals Council from Springfontein Primary School. I'm truly honored and humbled to give a message of support in the XHariep District Well Done function for the class of 2022 results, with this being the first function of the year being in office. As the Principals Council, we would like to acknowledge the outstanding job done by the class of 2022 for obtaining position 3 in the province and position 6 nationally. We are truly honored to be part of such excellence, and for that, may God bless them wherever they are pursuing different career paths. Furthermore, I say to those who did not make it, this is not the end of the road for them, but rather an opportunity to tighten their efforts and rewrite their NSC. Let us support them to improve their marks and get their national senior certificate. And by the way, whilst I'm still on the part of 2022 matric class, we are passing our gratitude and appreciation to Yolisa Vuso from Springfontein Secondary School and Naledi Machenge from Nerula Tuto Secondary School, who ensured that the district and their schools are recognized as a provincial Well Done function. We are so proud of them and wish them all the best in their studies. They are a true reflection that hard work and dedication indeed pays off, and that perseverance is the mother of success. Ka Sesotho sa kwae re re mamello e tswala katleho. We would like to also pass our appreciation to the teachers who are on the ground, who did not rest. They had sleepless nights. They were engaging in morning, afternoon, weekend, and holiday classes, as well as incubation programs, with only one goal and one goal in mind, giving XHariep learners the best that they deserve, and they acted. As the Principal Council, we are aware of the many challenges faced in your different institutions, and we would like to do our best to support you in resolving such issues and such challenges. We therefore thank you for the overcoming against all odds and despite the challenges. Let us not give up, let us not lose heart, and let us press on to reach our goal, by sustaining the strategies of 2022 and improving in 2023 results. Together, we can and we will conquer. We have seen the greatest potential from our teachers, and we say, soldier on. For every good work, there is a reward. And that is why we are here today to also celebrate your hard work. To the principals who are guiding, leading, managing, and being team players as well, thank you very much for a job well done. It was not easy. In some cases, having to teach a grade 12 subject and dealing with principalship commitments. But you made it. We are so proud of you. To the gold and silver schools, congratulations. Continue with the strategies you used last year and beef up with those we discussed at the Principals Conference. And for the schools which did not meet the target, as the Principals Council, we are behind you 100%. We will support you through this journey. We request that you twin with the neighboring performing schools and implement their good strategies, but not forgetting to perseverate, to reflect on what went wrong and improve on that. Do not die alone in your corners. We are here to assist you in any way we can as the Principals Council, for we are in the same boat and striving for one goal only, which is position 1 in the province. You will tell me position what in the country, and with improved quality, of course. We are capable district. We have seen the analysis, and maths do not lie. So let us push and push and push until something happens and implement the strategy alluded to by Mr. Dlamini at the Principals Conference, referring to us of doing data analysis as principals, so that we may understand where we are as a school, where we are as the grade 12 class of 2023, and look into that in order to improve on what we did in the 2022 metric. To the District Director, Mr. Magwa, and his team, and all sections in support of curriculum, thank you, Dade, for steering this ship and flying this aeroplane to the direction it is heading, for pushing us to reach our fullest potential. May God strengthen you and enlarge your territory. May He give you the wisdom to guide us all in the right path and become the shepherd that knows the shepherd's voice. To the SGB Council, the QLTC, Minister Fraterno, thank you for the support on all the 2022 metric programs, and do continue with the excellent job. Without you, stakeholders' involvement, we are nothing. Without you, we cannot achieve anything. We recognize all the support, we recognize all the motivations, we recognize the lengths that you go to in ensuring that our schools are covered in prayer, for ensuring that our schools are supported, for ensuring that we feel safe and we feel that we are not alone. May God bless you for an excellent job. To the parents, for all their contributions, cooking for the learners, sleeping at schools with them, supervising them during their studies, and the financial support, of course, and many more. Thank you very much. In this country, we say it requires such parental involvement. It requires such selflessness. May it not only be focused in grade 12, but rather cascade to all grades at a school. And in closing, let us therefore ensure this day of showing gratitude, let us enjoy it and appreciate the job well done. As we are awarding the hard work and dedication, we believe that this is the day that the Lord has made for us to rejoice and be glad in it. I therefore say, may God bless you all, and I once again say, well done to all the Xharipians, and I thank you.
Thank you very much, colleagues. For the record, Mem Keki, stand up. Ladies and gentlemen, there's one common thing that I want to draw your attention to. The chairperson of the Principals Council just addressed us. The chairperson of the SGB Council just addressed us. And they are both from Springfontein. And from Springfontein, we have one of the two top learners with 6 distinctions. That is saying something about them. Allow me to welcome our mayor from Mohokare, Councillor Mgawuli, in our presence. Then finally from my side, the last message of a support will come from the South African Democratic Teachers Union, as represented by Ntatle Bafundi Morotlo. A round of applause for Ntate Morotlo.
No, thank you, Program Director. Thank you, Program Director. And protocol is observed for all the dignitaries that are here from our Free State Department of Education, from provincial to different districts, and to all the teachers that are here, and also our executive mayor and all the different mayors that are here, and the school governing body. Greetings to all that are gathered here. Today we honor our excellent performance of our teachers. As the South African Teachers Union, we are privileged and honored to be part of such a wonderful gathering. As SADTU Southern, we want to reiterate our commitment in ensuring that quality public education takes place in a conducive environment, where the school culture is teaching and learning. But we are worried in some schools where principals are not given their responsibilities to manage the funds of the school. We have such in particular in our district, XHariep District, where you will find the chairperson of the SGB is running the funds of the school. And when you report such to the departmental officials, you don't get any response. It becomes a problem because we see some elements that are trying to hijack our schools. You ask yourself, how can an unemployed person carry the funds of the school? And even now, as I'm talking, the principal of the school does not have access to the funds. And then I ask a question to say, if we have to investigate, who will be responsible? Because as stated, it must be the principal who is the accounting office. We have such school, and the school is Madikhetla Primary School. Even now, it remains unresolved. We have tried to talk to the departmental officials to intervene and solve the problem. Instead, they ignore our phone calls. Instead, they allow such mismanagement of funds to occur in the XHariep district. And we will not remain quiet because we don't fear anything. We are worried that some of our teachers are being abused by the school principals. Literally abuse our teachers. And what worries us as the union is the fact that when we take such problems and report them to the district for intervention, we don't get a positive response. Teachers are stressed. Teachers are abused by some of us, which are principals. And we request HR to please ensure that you support our teachers by providing counseling. And we have reported that to the district official. And yet, nothing has happened. We are worried with the late delivery of stationery in our schools. And in particular, XHariep District, the southern region, it is the biggest region in the entire province of the Free State. And we are the whole XHariep, Bloemfontein, and some parts of Lijoliputso. But what worries us the most is that the schools that are affected with the delivery of LTSM, it's XHariep District. It means some districts, their learners have got, but we can't say all, but majority of our schools, because most of our schools are partially Section 21. And since they are partially Section 21, it means they must receive LTSM, simple stationery for writing. And I feel for my principals who have to report on curriculum to say the curriculum has been covered. But how do you report on curriculum that is covered when learners do not have any book to write on? And if you check, we are now already in March, and learners must be assessed, but there are no books for them to write. We understand that the contract by the Free State Department was cancelled, but we are saying it does not remove the fact that our learners do not have books to write. How are they expected to be on the same footing with other districts? We wish to congratulate the Free State Province, our MEC, Dr. Tate Mahu, and the advocate, Malakwan, our HOD, for providing quality leadership in the Free State, that we are #1 in the country. We, as SADU, Southern Region, are embarking on I Am a School Fan campaign, where we are saying we denounce violence in our school. No teachers should have sexual relationship with learners. We need to also congratulate and acknowledge the role played by our DMT, District Management Team, under the leadership of Ntate Makwa, the former regional chairperson of Southern Region, a capable leader who has led the district to #3 in the province and #6 in the country. That means it is in the top 10. and all the officials in the department for ensuring that they support all our schools for the betterment of our education. Most importantly, we need to recognize our teachers, in particular our SATU members, for the wonderful work that our district is in position 3 and top 10 in national. They continue to push regardless of lack of funding, regardless that we don't have programs that are called Kutlwano, that are there in Moteo, that are also there in Lijoliputs, which we don't have in our district. But our teachers are resilient in ensuring that they provide quality teaching and learning. And we, as SADU, Southern Region, we are proud of them. Not to forget the role played by our SGB and SMT in ensuring there is good governance and effective teaching and learning in our institution. How can we forget the non-teaching staff that supports all these camps in terms of cooking, in terms of administration, appointments, and such? In closing, I would like to quote, and I will quote Nelson Mandela. He once said, I quote, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." We wish you all the best, a successful, well done function. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. A last round of applause for Ntate Moroto. Thank you very much, colleagues. We are definitely getting there. At this moment, having given our teacher formations an opportunity to present the messages of support, we are now going to recognize our sponsors. Ntate Dlamini, do us the honors.
Success is delivered to the deserving, to those who make it happen through their belief, confidence, hard work, and dedication. Everything sweet comes from hard work. And today, we as Gen Training and Consultancy are privileged to celebrate with you the milestones you have achieved. To the district, we say, keep on raising the bar and setting the standard for excellence.
Greetings, XHariep District, or XHariep District, as Ntate Mago will always say it. On behalf of Old Mutual, we would truly like to congratulate you on the sterling work and the sterling performance that XHariep has done in 2022 metric results. As we celebrate today, we don't only just celebrate the results, but we celebrate hard work, we celebrate excellence, and we also celebrate the dedication. Through your leadership, Mr. Magwa, and through your team's leadership, your principal's leadership, and the circuit managers, we are where we are today. And I want to congratulate you on behalf of the business, to say as Old Mutual, we are really proud of the work that you have done. And we want to continue to reaffirm our partnership and our support to your district, because we believe through our contribution, there are so much futures and dreams that are able to be unlocked. And we want to really urge all the other schools that did not do well to come into the party this year, and let's do great things. We believe that we can turn these things around. Let's find a sense of encouragement and a motivation from those that have done well. To our learners who will be starting at the universities, we say to you, best wishes to you. You did not just get there because there were no spaces or there were spaces available, but you got there because of your hard work and your dedication. We want to appreciate the parents, we want to appreciate the teachers, subject advisors, circuit managers, and the principals, and the DMT in totality. You guys have done well. You guys have made your community proud. You guys have done the province proud. And we are truly proud of the XHariep performance. All of the best with the function, and may all of you enjoy the function, and let's enjoy and find courage that we have done and we've got a reason to celebrate. All of the best, and thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. My name, through the hard work of the educators and the education of everyone in the district, I managed to make it. I studied at the University of the Northwest as a part-time student, doing my diploma in education, specializing in special needs education. At the same time, I was appointed as a cleaner at Motel District Office. I was a cleaner for a year, doing my diploma in education. After a year, I was appointed at XHariep District Office as a data capturer. Then I was working at XHariep District. I also got a bursary from the Department of Education, the Free State Department of Education, to do a diploma in human resource management. And after doing my human resource management, I got a promotion at the Department of Health. I completed my diploma in education in the year 2013, where I went to Potchefstroom to graduate. After my graduation, I was appointed at Aramelo Secondary School at Jagersfontein in XHariep District in the Free State. Wow, I'm very happy for the achievement that I have achieved because of the hard work of the men and women who are always making sure that XHariep learners deserve the best. I was only an educator for 7 years. After being an educator for 7 years, I was appointed to be the Senior Education Specialist, Learning Support Advisor in Inclusive Education. I'm currently working as a district official at the XHariep District Office. I would like to congratulate the class of 2022. I would like to thank the district officials, the management of the district, the broad management, the subject advisors, all the officials of the district, the educators, the principals, the parents of the district, for making sure that the XHariep learners deserve the best, including the SGB, who are always making sure that they are working hard to assist the system. As a result of my achievement, I've started 4 years ago. This is my 4th year that I'm donating trophies to the district to congratulate, to motivate the well done, the good work that the men and women are doing in the district. So I want to say, enjoy the function and congratulations to all the recipients of the awards of today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to request the DJ to give us a song as we switch. Dr. Pepenene will come and take the program from here up to the end. Thank you very much for having respected me, for having applauded me, and for having called me director for the better part of the day, although it's a program director. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
I call you, I need you, my heart's on fire. You come to me wild and wild. You come to me, give me everything I need. Give me a lifetime of promises.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to kick off by observing the protocol and adopting it as expressed. Thank you very much, Mr. Pito, for energetically and meticulously leading and directing this program in the manner that you did. Thank you so much. Colleagues, we are now headed for the crux of this occasion, but before then, I would like us all to rise to observe a moment of silence for one of the teachers who has joined the greater majority and who will be laid down tomorrow, and those who have gone before him and our learners. Shall we do so? May the souls of those who have departed rest in peace. Amen. You may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, let me start off with the word of gratitude that the Office of the Director wishes to express to Pastor Sizwe, who has been with us in the fight for good performance in our schools, motivating learners, crisscrossing this district. I'm not sure if he's in our midst here. If he is, shall he please rise? Is Dr. Sizwe here? All right. With that not showing up, may I take this moment to acknowledge the presence of the Deputy Director in the office of the MEC, Mr. Putsisi. Shall he rise, please, so that we see him? And we acknowledge your presence, sir. I saw him move about here. Has he gone outside? Staff room. All right. With Pastor Sizwe. I would have expected them in here. Nonetheless, the message shall be referred to the message. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the best part or the crux of this occasion, where we are now going to say, well done, acknowledge the good performance put forward by our teachers, district officials. Now, at this point, allow me to call forward the district director, the chief director, Councillor Mehlomakulu. Would you please come forward here, perhaps? And as Mr. Mukoni comes forward to present the best performing schools. DJ, shall you give us just an item there, please, as we have this movement happening?
I call you, I need you, my heart's on fire. You come to me wild and wild. You come to me, give me everything I need. Give me a lifetime of promises and a world of dreams.
Thank you very much, Program Director. Thank you, DJ. Let us give our choir a big round of applause. They have rendered a very good rendition, very good melody. Dr. Pepe Nene does not understand the music. He's not really familiar with this kind of music. That is why he wanted to skip the choir and jumped to the award of trophies. But thank you very much, Dr. Pepe Nene. I know that you were not briefed correctly. You know, it's always a problem of being the co-program director. So you don't get the information well in advance. But thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank the opportunity that we are given to also make an input to the award ceremony of XHariep. Program Director, the Executive Mayor of the XHariep District, the Mayor of Kopano, and also the Mayor of Mohokare, and all councillors who are part of this celebration. We are indeed humbled by your presence, and we really feel honored that you have graced this occasion. The District Director of XHariep, the District Director of Lejwe, members of the DMT, colleagues from both head office and the district officials, principals, teachers, parents and learners, teacher formations, ladies and gentlemen. I am just going to be very brief. I am not, as indicated on the program there, I see on the program this congratulatory message by Dr. P.H. Mahwe and the keynote address by Ma Motsega. I am not one of those. So please do not mistake me to the two. I am just going to give the message of support to the district. Honorable Executive Mayor and the mayors who are here, thank you for your presence. We have gathered here to celebrate and award best performers. I feel very privileged and honored to stand here in front of you all, and acknowledge the achievements of our brilliant learners and teachers who have made the province, who have made the district and their communities very proud. It is, of course, the performance of our learners, teachers, and schools that we are celebrating today. We have gathered here not just to celebrate the achievement of our learners, teachers, principals, and officials, but also to give due regard to our values and morals, which these awardees exemplify, like discipline, compassion, and zeal for learning. Program Director, education shapes the true character leading to a successful life, and it is the major factor. Education is life. Education is the best car of a prestige that cannot be forcefully taken away from you. Awards are a way to encourage good behavior and inculcate a competitive spirit, but also to encourage our schools to do more. The Free State Department of Education would like to congratulate the district of XHariep for the job well done. The district leadership of XHariep, the school management, the teams, teachers in all our schools for the relentless support they have given to our children. Spending sleepless nights, molding, guiding our children. Some of them have turned the camps into their second home. Some of them are experiencing challenges because they are forever at the camps, they don't know weekends. Others do not attend the funerals because weekends they are there to support, mold, and guide our children. And that is why we are gathered here to come and say to those teachers, to those school principals, thank you very much for the work that you are doing. Thank you very much for the commitment. Thank you very much for the resilience that we have shown to our province, our children. It is for that reason that the Free State is being regarded as the best performing province because of the work of the teachers, the work of the district leadership, the work of the school management teams, the work of all our officials. Free State has 5 districts that performed above 80%. And this is the only province in the entire country where all 5 districts performed at 80%. And no district performed below 80%. Now, Executive Mayor, I was telling Mr. Magwa yesterday that I am 7 years in this position of a Chief Director. And in the 7 years, I want to move. I'm ready to leave. In the 7 years at least, being responsible of the 5 districts in Dademawa, all the districts and the province performed at a position 1 for the 7 years that I've been leading the district. You know? So I'm ready to leave. I'm ready to go because I've made it in the 7 years. So there's no chief director who have achieved that. Program director. A day before yesterday, we had a meeting called by DBE. Again, where we're analyzing the performance of the circuits, because DBE is moving away from not only concentrating at the level of the district, of the province and district, but also at the level of the circuits. Now, out of the many circuits that we are having in the country, out of many circuits, there are more than 200 circuits that are there in the country. DBE gave all the provinces a benchmark that circuits must perform at 70% and above. And any circuit that will perform below 70% will be regarded as an underperforming circuit. And I'm proud to report today that Free State, out of the 46 circuits that we're having, 19 circuits in the province performed at 90% and above. And we have got 2 circuits in the province that are leading in the country. 1 circuit got 97.5%, and is the only circuit in the whole country from the Free State. And about 20 circuits that performed between 85 and 89%. So, Program Director, no circuit in the Free State performed below 70%. So all circuits in the Free State achieved the target that was given. The lowest performing circuit is a circuit that got 74%. So it tells you that a lot of work is being done in the Free State province. And we really wanted to thank our principals. We want to thank our teachers for the hard work that they are doing. Parents, SGBs, and the officials. Program Director, 2024 will be our last year where we implement Action Plan 2024. It comes to its logical conclusion. And I said to the colleagues yesterday that we wanted to close Action Plan 2024 nicely. And as we close that chapter of Action Plan 2024, before we usher in the elections in Tatemago, all our districts must be at 90%. So I'm leading 5 district directors. And you can see my meeting is not an easy meeting, Executive Mayor. You could see with Tatemago. So normally I arrange a 4-day meeting. The first day I give to them, they must vent. They must say all these things. Then the second day we started discussing. And another challenge, 3 of them, they are preachers of the Methodist. So you understand how difficult my meetings are. So it is Mr. Mawai, it is Dr. Chuta, it is Mezoink. So it's a very difficult meeting when I lead these people. But it's a nice team that I'm leading, and I'm really thankful for having been allowed to lead a team of the 5 district directors who are working extremely very hard. Our challenge in 2025, and I said to the colleagues, 2023-24 is our last year where we will be evaluated on the overall pass percentage. 24-25, it is the inclusive basket of criteria. Now, the inclusive basket of criteria has got 7 indicators. And I indicated to the colleagues, 9 indicators, it has got 9 indicators. The first indicator is the overall pass percentage. And we are doing well when it comes to the overall pass percentage. Accounting is the second indicator, where we are also going to be evaluated whether we are doing well as a province in accounting. The big challenge in accounting, colleagues and everybody, is that as much as accounting, we are number 1 in the country, but the numbers of our learners who are doing accounting is going down. It's a challenge that we needed to work out, and that is why accounting is one of the indicators that learners are running away from accounting. And hence, National is going to evaluate us also on accounting, because we need more accountants. We will need more of our learners who will be in the industry of economy. The third indicator is the maths participation. We are also not doing well when it comes to mathematics participation. Maths participation, number of learners who are doing mathematics versus learners who are taking mathematical literacy. So we will also be evaluated on the number of learners who are taking mathematics. And that is why we have agreed, program director, that 60 to 80% of our learners in grade 10 must take mathematics. So it means in grade 10, we need to start now. It means we need to have a plan for the next 3 years, where we say, how do we really work on improving the inclusive basket of criteria? We are not doing well when it comes to maths participation. The fourth one is your maths pass. Maths pass, we are doing very well. We are also doing well when it comes to learners who are passing mathematics. The challenge is the participation of maths. The bachelor pass also is another challenge. Distinctions is also another challenge. Technical maths, we are number 1 in the country. And that's where we also needed to consolidate, to say, where we are doing well, we need to consolidate. Physical sciences, we are also doing well, we needed to consolidate. Another elephant in the house is the learner throughput, which we also needed to consolidate. And when we come to learner throughput, I was explaining to the colleagues that DBE is looking at the number of learners who were in grade 10 and who are moving, for the 3 years to grade 12. So that we don't have a situation where in grade 12 you had 300 learners. All of a sudden in grade 12 you have got 80 learners. So that is a challenge, because when you look at the throughput, even with the current performance, when it comes to throughput, we are number 9, we are the last. It means we are very challenged when it comes to throughput. So we needed to improve on throughput. Our learners who are moving from grade 10, 11, and 12. So it means the principals, we have got a huge challenge of opening those gates. No learner must be held back. No learner must be held back. It means if you've got 200 learners in grade 10, what the throughput means, if you've got 200 learners in grade 10, it means that the 200, you must see that the 200 in grade 12 in the 3 years. So it means your current grade 10, you must know now, principals and all these things, that your current stats of grade 10 is going to determine your learner throughput in the next 3 years. So that we would want to know if you had 200 learners in 2023, and all of a sudden in 2025, you have got 80 in grade 12, you must account for the difference. So that's what we mean by learner throughput. So we are going to be also evaluated on those. So it means we need to have a 3-year plan as to how we are going to deal with those. And part of the contribution that we wanted to make is that we needed to improve mathematics in grade 8 and 9 in order for our learners to take maths in grade 10. We need to also improve natural sciences. I've already indicated 60 to 80% of our learners in grade 10 taking mathematics. I've already indicated about the same number of learners in grade 10 progressing to grade 11 and 12. We need to sustain and consolidate performance in the foundation phase, come up with special intervention programs in the intersen, intensify programs for the exit grades, grade 3, 6, and 9, and early intervention programs for the early grades. Program Director, of course, we have done exceptionally well as this district. To be where we are, to be number 3, to be number 6, also in the country, despite the lamentations that of Ndademawa. You know, we listened to all the lamentations, you know, as it started also. Despite that, we must celebrate and also accept that we have done exceptionally well. Despite the lamentations from the union leader, we understand, you know, and we have got platforms where we must raise these issues. We created those platforms, union leader, so that we are able to engage on these matters. You know, sometimes it is not good to have this platform where we engage and we don't have an opportunity to respond. So, but we'll create an opportunity to respond. So we have done very well. Congratulations, Ndadema, on this monumental achievement. Success requires a lot of hard work along with the right attitude. You have persevered. You have used the perseverance, perspiration, and personal performance to achieve perfect success. Education is the process of teaching and learning, which will help us in our future earning. Program Director, as I am about to conclude, I would like also to address those schools who may not receive anything today and say to them, do not lose hope. As this is not the end of everything, there will be many more opportunities coming your way to prove your medal. Who knows? With the 8 indicators, 9 indicators inclusive basket, you will be the ones leading the pack. To those of you who are going to receive awards, I say well done. In the end, I would like to use this wonderful opportunity once again to thank our principals, teachers, SGBs, departmental officials, for taking this department to the new heights and creating a distinct path for our learners to follow. I would also like to extend special thanks to all our sponsors. We are what we are because of you. Special thanks to our honorable mayors for gracing the occasion and making this occasion a huge success. Education is access. It is the key to success. Thank you very much, Program Director. Program Director, allow me on that note to call upon the Executive Mayor of XHariep, Mayor Irene Mehlomakulu, to come and address us on behalf of the leadership that is here of the mayors who are part of us. Let us put our hands together and welcome the executive mayor. Let's rise and welcome the executive mayor.
Ke ne ke kopa lehlasolenyana moo. Thank you, thank you. Honorable MEC Ntate Magwe in absentia. Honorable Minister Motshega in absentia. District Director Education Utatu Magwa. The District Director Yaseli Joliputswa, and other district directors that are here. The Chief Director Ntate Mokgobo, the district management team XHariep District, the school governing bodies, the chairperson Sitze Monana, under the stewardship Santate Magandela, the Principals Council and all the principals that are here today, teachers, batswadi, bomme le bontate, ki a le dumedisa kaofela, ki le hlomphile kaofela. Ka tsela e kgethehileng, let me greet the honorable mayors that are here today, the mayor of Mohokare local municipality and the mayor of Kopanong local municipality. Molweni. Molwe yake ki dumedisa batswadi ba bana ba rona ba rentseng motlotlo haholo, motswadi wa Naledi Majenge le motswadi wa Vuyo from Springfontein, bazali City Halala Kuni. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to first start with a quote that is next to my heart. This quote always encourages me to do better and build my confidence, as no one was born a genius, but through hard work and dedication, the best results are always guaranteed. The expert in something was once a beginner. It is within those lines that the class of 22 followed and indeed became one of the best districts in the country. It is not a secret that education in South Africa has transformed tremendously, and through that, XHariep has managed to produce professionals in every scarce field that we could not do in the past. We are meeting here today under the theme, that was the theme of the Principals Conference, driven by the quest for quality public education. XHariep learners deserve the best. XHariep learners deserve the best. This theme is correct because some who were learners 10 years ago are today educators, some are SMTs and some are DMTs. However, we should be intentional with the development of education in XHariep. There is a high number of dropouts between grade 3 and grade 11. We should ask ourselves, sorry, bana bao ba kae? I'm happy with the leano lena le ntate Mokgobo a buang ka lona. La hore re trace bana ba rona ho tloha ho grade 10 ho fihlela ho grade 12. Because re qala ka bana ba bangata, we end up ha re fihla grade 12 re na le bana ba few. So I'm happy that we have a strategy ntate Mokgobo e leng hore le tlo se sebedisa from now on moving forward. I want to believe that Inclusive Education Directorate will clearly attempt to respond and advise us on the questions. Our learners are faced with a lot of societal ills, being teenage pregnancy, drugs and alcohol abuse, and child-headed families, to name a few. We must also thank the MEC for his unwavering support for XHariep District. The technical schools being built by your department, by his department in his absentia, in and around XHariep will surely impart very critical skills to our learners and believe that they will enable them to participate directly in the economic streams of XHariep. I would also like to thank our teachers who put greatest efforts and understand the old saying that goes, teaching is not a job, but a calling. I do understand that labor-related issues are there, but you still make it and show up to these learners coming from different backgrounds with different discipline. As the community of XHariep, we thank you, and we thank your families, and we thank your friends, and everyone who has to suffer your absence in their lives for the sacrifice of the future of XHariep, our children, and for the future of our children. Siyabulela nangomso. I also would like to thank the class of 22. I believe there's quite a huge team behind every class, but everything depends on the learners themselves. They have done us very proud once again, and for that, you are simply the best. You are, the class of 22, you are destined for the best in the future. I wish them well in their various career paths and trust that you will not forget where you are coming from. The parents who will be leaving behind the situations in your different homes and keep the light shining. Some carry hopes and aspirations of their families because of bad situation, and they must never give up. As overwhelming as it may seem, stay strong and know that you are God's chosen. Good luck to the class of 2022. And we are very proud of you. In the future, just to mention, in the previous meeting that we had, that was the Principals Conference, you were talking about Indoyoba, we must all act now. As residents, as teachers, as parents, the message is to all of us. XHariep learners deserve best, and all of us must act now. Asinto ya matitjhere, asinto ya di principala, asinto ya department, ke taba ya rona kaofela. Now, as poor as we are, Tatumakwa, as XHariep District, we are trying our best to make sure that our learners knows that we are with them all the way. You said other learners, the best performed learners in their districts, they were assisted, they were gifted and everything. But we as Mostina, as starting doing, but we are doing our best. We are trying we are with them. We could not assist the top 100, but we said at the level of the district municipality, let's try and see how many kids from XHariep we can assist with registration so that they go and register. Up to so far, Tatumagwa, we have assisted about 10 kids from XHariep. We have assisted 10 kids with registrations and Basa School now as we speak. They are from different backgrounds, and we all know the backgrounds to Upper XHariep because most of us we are from here. So Ritusite Banabanu did not focus on the top 100 because we know that they are covered. So we said let's focus on these ones abanga 1320. So for this year we have only managed to assist 10, but we promise Uguti we will be a sponsor nati in the future. We will do our best. Siyabulele.
Thank you. One more round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for our executive mayor. Thank you so much. At this point, allow me to call forward the DMT to come and conduct the awards. And respectfully request the Chief Director, Executive Councillor, Councillor Tseletsele, to join the DMT in these awards. Shall you please give us an item there? Right, hold it a moment. Something has come to my mind. Let me share this. You had the marimba band giving us some musical items here, ladies and gentlemen. We want to humbly request some donations from you because